I'm here today with just a brief video to show you how to get a high impact workout for your whole body or for targeted areas of your body, even if you're going to mix in cardio and endurance work with that, and all without using any gym equipment or even stepping foot in a gym. On a typical day when I work out outside the gym, I'll start out by simply warming up my legs, going up a big hill like the one you see right here, and I'll just simply walk up that hill. For these video clips right here, I did have a weight vest on that I just loaded up with weights to add body weight to add to the resistance. You can do that by simply putting on a backpack and throwing some rocks in it. So any way you want to do that, or you don't have to do it at all. But I start out by going up that big hill. Next, I'll run up and down the side of this levee right here about 3 or 4 times on my way down the side of a city park lake. And by the time I get done with the running up and down the levee, I've reached a trail that takes me up in the woods, and that's a jagged trail that is fairly steep, and I'll run up to the top of that where it levels off, and then I'll take another gully like you see right here up into the to the top of the hill up there, and that's where I stop this day. I have actually about a 2.5 mile course that I've mapped out for myself to just do endurance work, but for days where I'm going to add calisthenics and resistance work with it, I'll stop somewhere in that area right there, come back down, and then I start on a lot of days by doing one of the all-time greats, which you can do with a lot of variety out in the woods. I do push-ups. Push-ups, not just flat on the ground though. I did incline push-ups here, and I'll do maybe 2 or 3 sets of those, 15, 20 reps, and then I'll turn around and do decline push-ups, and you'll find that to be much more difficult than the ones doing them on an incline facing uphill. When you're doing the ones downhill, you have more of your body weight pressing down into your shoulders and into your arms, so your arms are kind of out here, and it works very heavily through your shoulders, through the front deltoid, and across your upper chest. So very effective ways to do push-ups, and there's a lot of other ways you can do them out in the woods too, but this is 2 ways I'll do them on a day like this. Also, just like in a gym, you can do flies, just like you would do on a bench. I found a little hump there that I could lie on, 2 rocks, lie down, and simply act like you're hugging a tree with those rocks in your hand for flies. That will work your chest very effectively through here and work some in your upper and your front deltoid. You want to work your arms? You can work your arms. As long as you got rocks and tree limbs, there's lots of ways to work your arms. You can do alternate dumbbell or alternate rock curls. You can do it with a big rock like I did right there to work deep into your arms. You can do reverse curls with smaller rocks. Lots of different ways you can do things to work your arms out in the woods with stuff like this. This was a workout that I put together that I just went out and did like I would normally do a workout. And just like in the gym, each one of these exercises you can determine how many sets and reps you need to do, just like you would if you were working out in a fitness center, and just produce your workout that way and do it just like you would. Exercises you could add to any of this would be something like these strength exercise, like simply power cleans with a press overhead. I do those with a rock out in the woods, and that's a very significant overall body strength exercise. Also, bent rows. If you got rocks, you can do bent rows and do them very effectively. Doing them outdoors, I did that with a great big rock there right there. That rock is rather heavy. That rock weighs somewhere around 100 to 120 pounds. It's very large, and I simply balanced it on my hands and bent over and picked it up, balancing it between my legs because it was long. Bigger, rounder rocks that are more compact, you can keep them out in front of you and do your bent rows like that, just like you would in a gym, and just as effectively. Also, you can do, if you want to simulate squats, deadlifts, again, a very significant and one of the standard, some of the standard lower body strength exercises. Just do it with a big rock. You can do this with a big rock just like I'm doing right here, and it will simulate what you would be doing as far as building the muscle in your legs and hips and lower back. A lot of other exercises that you can do out in the woods. This is just an example of some of them that I do. You can put these together in different ways based on your fitness level and what your fitness goals are, however you want to use them. One thing that's worth mentioning here is when you do something like this outdoors and you're using natural objects for your workout equipment, what you're developing there is not just strength in the muscle, but you're developing what you call functional strength. When you have to run up these hills, you're not running flat along a track or a street. You're running on very jagged, rough terrain. So your balance is improved. Your balance and movement and reflexes are improved significantly if you do this over a period of time. When you do the lifts with rocks and tree branches, you're lifting in ways that are not, in a gym, everything's balanced for you. Everything's balanced and fixed and everything's just the right size for your hands. Out here in the woods, you have to get your hands in the right position. You have to get your body in the right position. When you lift, you have to keep your knees and, and body parts out of the way. You have to be careful because what you're doing is functional lifting, not just building strength in the muscle itself, but doing something that is functionally simulating a lot of things that you would do in your everyday life if you had to lift something. So the things that you do out in the woods and out in an area like this is not only building strength, but it's building functional strength, and it's building balance, and it's building your reflexes. So all that's beneficial. And I'll promise you this, if you're working out in a health club, find a way to find a wooded area and build yourself a workout regimen for out in the woods or for out in the open like this, in some place where it's a little bit more rugged, where you have to kind of improvise. I promise you this, it will add entertainment, it'll add motivation, it will add function to what you do with your other exercises. As I've said many times here on this website, everything is part of something else. So what you're doing in a gym can be greatly improved by simply working out a workout regimen outdoors like this, adding not only physical strength but functional strength and great endurance and building up your heart and lungs at the same time. Find a way to work out outdoors, be creative, and be just a little bit, loosen up just a little bit. I promise you, it'll be worth the time. The benefits will be worth the time and the effort you put in to work it out. I'll see you soon.